If you did not attend or graduate college, your opinions, your points of view, it does not matter. It does not hold as much weight as someone that has a bachelor's degree, as someone that has a master's degree. This is a horrible argument. Yes, there is benefit in having a bachelor's degree or an advanced degree, but there's a certain dangerous type of delusion that comes along with these degrees as well. So before I continue with my critique, I do hold a bachelor's from Virginia Commonwealth University, so I understand why people pursue bachelor's degrees because it definitely opens doors as far as careers and networking. I understand why people pursue advanced degrees such as a master's degree or a PhD as well. But within that, my big critique when we put out this argument that because you attended a university that you automatically have more acumen, and I'm not trying to negate the intellectual rigor, the research methodology, the process of acquiring this information. But what I've noticed with people in master's programs and PhD programs is that if you present a piece of information that was not directly introduced within their curriculum, then they don't take it seriously. It's not credible because this is not a scholar that they were introduced to. I remember one time I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were discussing the Ashanti Empire prior to 1896, when the British, after several decades, were able to finally take over the Ashanti Empire. But basically, what I was speaking about was the Adinkra script, certain symbols and day names. So, for example, Kwese, Kwaku, and other day names amongst the Akan. And the funny thing was, some of the information she did not come across, and because she didn't come across it in her PhD program, it didn't make it credible. And that's just one of many instances that I've encountered where people in master's degree programs, people in PhD programs, if they're introduced with a piece of information that was not directly introduced in their master's program or their PhD program, then they're automatically dismissive of it. But I can understand why they'll be automatically dismissive of it. Because when you get online, when you get on TikTok, whether you get on YouTube, Instagram, there's so much misinformation. There are people that deny the reality of the transatlantic slave trade. There are people that will tell you that Tartaria existed and the government is trying to hide it from us. There are people that will try to convince you that the earth is flat. So if you're coming from academia, I can understand your degree of kind of arrogance, if you will, because people are not really providing information that's rooted in actual research. But once again, there's a certain hubris, a certain delusion with academia because you're dismissive of anything